Hey there, Capricorn. Welcome to your reading for the month of October 2022. We're going to jump right in here, Capricorn, and we are going to see what is going on in your general energies in this first row here, Capricorn. In your next row, we're going to take a look and see if there's anything unexpected that could be coming in for you at this time in this middle row here. In your next row, we're going to look at the good stuff, anything good that could be coming in for you at this time. So it doesn't matter what shows up here. It's going to be positive no matter what. And I'll tell you what, Capricorn, it looks positive to me. And in your last row, we're going to pull 5 main themes that you could be dealing with at this time. And then we're going to do 3 yes, no, maybe questions at the end. You start off with this time machine card in your first row for your general energies. I'm not going to lie, I do feel for some of you that someone wishes they could go back in time. It could be you, could be your person, a person you're dealing with. I don't know. I feel like this person caused too much pain in your life here. Could have been a fire sign, could have been a fellow earth sign as well, or Virgo. Could be any sign. This is a general reading. Take it how it resonates. What's unexpected is a message in the bottle. So I feel there could be a message coming in for you. I almost feel like this person has already messaged you, and maybe you told them that you're moving on or whatever, but I don't know. I feel like this person wishes they could take something back here. It's kind of interesting because you have this card at the end that says disappointment in some affair, and I just read it as affair. So maybe someone had an affair or something like that. For others, I feel like you wish you could go back in time or change things, but you can't. So I feel like you have to move forward, but it looks like you know that. You have the 2 of Cups, the 6 of Cups, and the Fool. Again, I do feel like this is someone you had a very strong kind of like soul connection with. That doesn't necessarily mean it's a soulmate, twin flame, whatever. I feel that we would all be better off if we just dropped the titles, in general. The whole twin flame thing to me is just BS in the first place, so don't even get me started on that. But what I would say is that, I do feel like you had a very strong connection with the person, but I feel like this person hurt you deeply, so I'm not so sure. I feel like really you're looking for something new, and I feel that there clearly is someone new coming in for you, someone who's very attracted to you. But, of course, take it how it resonates. You have the 6 of Cups. I feel like you are thinking about, like, fondness and fond memories with the, with the 6 of Cups. I feel for a lot of you in work or business as well that you could be thinking of, like, just the way things used to be, and maybe when things were easier or whatever. It's kind of funny because intuitively, I feel like your money could be getting more complicated, but I feel like this is a good thing. I don't think it's a bad thing at all. It's like sometimes maybe we have to like hire someone to do our taxes because it's just getting more complicated. That's the type of feeling that it's giving me, but I feel like this is a good thing. You also have the Fool here. You're ready to take some sort of leap of faith in a new direction. I feel like you're like questioning it, and I really feel this reading is basically saying there's no reason to overcomplicate this, right? I feel like this reading is basically saying don't turn around. I feel like this reading is saying keep moving forward and don't stop because you're going in the right direction. I feel like I say this to you all the time as well, Capricorn. We're going to clarify with the Oracle of the Radiant Sun. With the 2 of Cups, you have this power card. I kind of feel like you have the power to move forward in any direction. You see there's this doorway here, and so I feel like you need to go through this doorway. It's kind of funny. I feel like this person's thinking about you. And again, I know this is like a woman on this card, but it could be any gender. But I definitely feel someone's thinking of you. There's the sun and the moon here as well. So again, maybe this is a past person who you complicated, I feel like it was complicated, but who you complimented. It's like you complimented each other. But it's kind of funny because I almost feel like saying that this was the shadow version, of the person that you're about to attract. So I feel like you're about to attract the total opposite of the past. Almost like the same, but very different. I feel like they're the light version, if that makes sense. With the 6 of Cups, you have this companionship card. I don't know. I feel like some of you need to put up boundaries here or just kind of protect yourself, especially if you're still thinking about a person. And again, maybe you have random moments where you're feeling sad or upset, but you could just be picking up on their feelings. So I would definitely be careful here. I would also say that spending time with people who are important to you in your life is going to be very important at this time. With the Fool, loss. Like I said, I feel like some of you are thinking about a loss, but as I always say with this loss card, look, this bird is like picking the last bits of meat off of the skull. It's basically saying, this is dead, done, over with. So I feel like for some of you, this is about kind of like moving on from something from the past. And again, if it's not love, which it looks like to me, then I would say it's something else. I would say that it's like, a business or something like that. It's kind of funny because I feel like some of you, it's like this person, it never got off the ground. Again, it's like, I'm picturing this in my head as a shadow, like the shadow of a person. So it's like maybe you had to do a lot of, when you were with this person, you had to do a lot of imagining, like what they were thinking. For some of you, maybe you never even met this person. Maybe it was like long distance or something, and a lot of like, stories in your head. And I feel like that's what you're moving forward from. Next, in the area of the unexpected, you have this message in a bottle card. I feel like saying this message kind of changes everything. I'm not going to lie. Maybe this message gives you perspective. I feel like we're going to have to clarify, of course, to see what's going on here. But I feel like there could be some very important messages coming in for you. For a lot of you, I feel like these messages are coming in from your dreams. Like your dreams are guiding you in a certain direction. You have the Nine of Pentacles, the Nine of Wands, and the King of Swords. 2 nines to me is newness, something new entering into your life. I feel like you're healing these wounds. This is definitely the most painful Nine of Wands in this deck, or in any deck, really. She has like all these scars on her body. And, I feel this need to move away from pain. I also feel a need for you to kind of like open up to new opportunity in your life and to like someone new if this is love. You have the Nine of Pentacles, so I feel like you're in this like pre-Empress state, and I kind of feel you need to complete the cycle. I feel like you need to become the Empress is what this is saying. It's like you're well on your way, and again, it doesn't matter what gender you are. I feel you're just someone who creates a lot of joy and abundance in life, and I feel like you need to embrace that. I feel like you need to kind of keep that train rolling, You have the King of Swords. I'm getting wise friend on this card. The King of Swords could just represent someone with a lot of wisdom, a lot of knowledge, someone who's very smart. And I feel like you could be attracting a person like that. I also feel that you just have people who have a lot of wisdom in your life. And I feel like you need to trust those people. It's like, if again, I can't get away. It's like the end of the year I said would be full of love readings. And it has been. I knew that at the beginning of 2022. Just go watch the 2022 yearly readings. I said it in like every single one. And it definitely, they have been. To me, this is based off the astrology. But you have that Hermit. It's like, I feel for some of you, you could have been with someone who made you feel very alone, who didn't really put in the effort or something like that. I feel you're coming out of this introspective mode. With the Nine of Pentacles, here you go. You have this influence card. Could have been a third-party situation that's left you single. Nine of Pentacles. So, there could have been someone who was influencing your situation, a toxic snake, basically. That kind of caused a rift in this connection. So if you're letting go of something that you are having I just feel like you're having a hard time letting go of something. And again, if it's not love, it's something else that you're having a hard time letting go of, maybe an idea, something that didn't work out. But I feel like something got in between you and like this person or something. Here you go, Nine of Wands. You have this isolation, feeling isolated. It's like, I can't make this stuff up, Capricorn. It's like, I feel like you could be feeling very sad. In a lot of ways, it's funny. I feel like you're this person. It doesn't matter what gender you are. I feel like this is, the person you dealt with, this person right here. It's a very weird connection. I feel this is a very deep connection as well. But again, it's like you're trying to move forward here. With the King of Swords, you have the eccentricity card. Again, could be a very eccentric friend coming into your life. I also feel this is saying you need to start working on some of your more eccentric ideas about life. A lot of people have been getting this card lately, and we are entering into a lot of Aquarius energy. I talk about this all the time. If you're looking to get your mind off of some sort of connection, or even if this is not your story and you don't have this connection in your life, I feel like you just need to focus on some of your weirder ideas. There's going to be a lot of success in those ideas for you, I feel intuitively, and that's exactly what I would do if I were you. Next, in the area of the good stuff, you have this handshake card. It says, a meeting with a stranger could be important. You also have this rooster card. It says, an arrogant, boastful person you should not cross. Again, this is going to be good no matter what. So I just feel like there could be a very confident person entering into your life. Again, for some of you, I feel like this person is a mentor or a new boss or something like that with that King of Swords. It could also be a family member or someone who supports you. I feel a major change. I feel it now. I feel like bright-eyed and bushy-tailed here at the end. I feel like maybe you've been more withdrawn. And again, if you're not dealing with this romantic situation, maybe you just feel like you've been in a cave for a long time. This is you coming out of the cave here in this last row. You have the King of Pentacles, the Queen of Wands, and the Hermit. Definitely very good energy on this Queen of Wands. She's very bold and assertive. Again, you have that arrogant, boastful person card, that rooster card. But again, this is the good stuff. And I feel like you need to embrace this energy. I feel like you need to embrace like the confidence, it's like if you can back things up, then is it really arrogance, right? It's like if you have certain talents, gifts, skills, or abilities and you're showing off, maybe people might see you as arrogant, but really is it just confidence, right? And those people are just insecure. So I feel this insecure energy is funny over here, and maybe people are judging you, but I feel like you need to kind of move very bravely and boldly towards some things that you want and desire in your life. I feel there's a lot of success coming in for you with this card. You also have the King of Pentacles, a lot of financial stability coming in for you, which is probably going to be your focus at the end of the year here, I would say. I feel like you're focusing more on like building or leaving a legacy and kind of turning things around. I feel in love, for example, that you understand that if your life is, it's almost as if you're not even worrying about love, which is interesting as we move to the end here. And what I mean by that is I feel like you're just focused on your own life. You're just saying, I'm going to be the best version of myself because I know if I do that, I'm going to attract a person who is the best version of their self, right? So I feel you're much more focused on your environment. Nine of Pentacles, right? And, it's funny because I just was talking about this in a podcast, and how the reason I really don't do love readings, even though this is basically a love reading, is because I think that if we just focus on becoming the best version of ourselves, then we will attract someone who is also the same. Usually we attract who we are. So I feel like if we want love, then we have to become like the type of person that we want. And that's what we should be doing. And I feel like that's what you're doing here with the King of Pentacles. You have the Hermit. You are definitely coming out of isolation. I feel like you're leaving the cave. Like I said, it's almost like, and I'm pretty sure I might have said this to you in your next 3-month reading, but it's almost like you're coming out of the darkness, you're coming out of the cave. Maybe you put yourself in isolation after like a breakup that happened months ago that you wished you could have gone back to or something with that time machine card. For others, by the way, for some of you, I feel like it's this past person that wants to do the whole time machine thing, but they can't. So very weird. Let's see what is going on here in this last row. With the King of Pentacles, you have this negotiation card here. I do feel like you could be negotiating a lot with your finances. I'm also getting something about, like, if you're starting something new, work or business-wise, I kind of feel like this is saying maybe your first ideas aren't going to work, especially if it's a business. And I feel like it's talking about negotiation in the sense that you shouldn't give up on it, that you should keep moving forward. I feel like you should keep trying new things, and I feel if you do that, you're going to be very successful. And so, don't allow little small hurdles to stop you. I do also feel this could be the person from the past. Again, I would be careful if they're coming in with a message, right? I mean, you're going to have to take it how it resonates and do what you want. But I feel like this person could be coming in trying to make things work for whatever reason. With the Queen of Wands, you have this revenge card. Again, this is going to be positive no matter what because it's in the area of the good stuff. In the positive side of things, this is like, I feel like you're being the bigger person in a connection regardless of what's going on in your life. I also feel, again, with the Queen of Wands, that you're really standing out at this time. You can see this person is much bigger than this person right here, and they have this head in their hands. I kind of feel that you're becoming very successful. I know that's a gross image, the head in the hands, and it is a card of revenge, but, I feel like that for you, success is the best revenge, in your life, and I don't think you're looking at it as revenge. Again, this is coming up in the good stuff, so I don't think you're looking at this in a low vibe way, but if you went through something, I feel like it could be the thing that's motivating you towards success, and, that could be the best revenge. With the Hermit, you have this indecision card. I'm telling you right now that you probably were dealing with a very indecisive person. I don't know what the problem with this person is, but, I feel like they can't make a decision to save their life. And that's like what you're moving away from. I feel like this has come up for you several times in the past as well here, Capricorn. So, I'd definitely be very careful of this person if they're coming back. It is showing up in the good stuff as well. So if you've been trying to make decisions, there's like this angel right here, and you could be trying to make any decision in your life at all, period. And I feel like you're being guided towards like the right decision to make in all areas of your life. Next, we're going to look at the 5 main themes. You have this disappointment in some affair. Again, I feel if this was a relationship, major disappointment, and I literally feel there could have been an affair that was happening in this situation, or someone, maybe you weren't together with this person, but I don't know. It's like maybe that you were talking or something, they went off with another person, I don't know, could be anything. And I kind of feel there's like some disappointments, and maybe that's why you realize that you have to cut this situation off. I want to see what this card is as well. Yeah, it's funny. You have this fly card, and I'm thinking like a fly in the ointment, right? It says a period of ill health and depression. I feel like that's what this person is dealing with, is like ill health and depression because of the situation. But I don't know. I feel like you're moving forward. Next, you have this rabbit card. It says too much concern with sexual matters. So again, some of you could have been dealing with a person who is very kind of concerned with sexual matters. I do feel like abundance. I'm going to clarify this one as well. See, you have this reconciliation card. Again, I've been trying to avoid this whole entire reading, right? But I don't know. Someone could be coming back from the past. Again, Mercury retrograde. I would be super careful. You know, I would make sure that there's proof here. I'm getting the words proof. You know, I didn't want to talk about this whole entire time. But, you know, again, I can't control what comes up in the readings or in my intuition either. So, I don't know. Hopefully this is making sense to someone. But I do feel like there's a person who's trying to negotiate their way back into your life. Again, you're going to have to kind of use your own knowledge and wisdom to figure out what to do here. You know, and again, I feel, you know, if you just want like a straight answer, by the way, what I would say is I feel like you need to tell this person, like, look, you know, especially if you want this person back, I feel like some of you do, then I feel like you need to be like, you need to like lay down the law is what I'm getting. For others, I feel like you could be reconciling some differences like in your creativity is what I'm getting. So especially if you're creating something new, which I really feel like you are here with this card, I feel for some of you, it's kind of interesting because I feel with that card and this eccentricity card that some of you could be like taking some classes or you could be reading a book that's teaching you something. And I feel this energy of kind of wanting to put your own spin on it. It's like your own like entrepreneurial spin on some idea that you have. I feel like this is saying, okay, good idea, right? But do what works first. So I feel if you're like learning something new, a new skill or whatever, do it the way that it works, right? Do it the proven way and then start adding your spin on it when you become successful. I don't know. That's what's popping into my head. Next, you have this feather card. It says someone you know is undependable and insincere. Again, I would be very careful of this person if I were you. I kind of feel a need of looking at the evidence. It's kind of funny because like multiple times over 2022, I've said to people, look at the evidence. Like if you're really honest with yourself and you look at the evidence of a situation, doesn't matter what situation it is, I feel like you'll know exactly what the truth is. It's like I think of all my past relationships. It's like, you know, basically, as I always say, and I'm not being critical here, like it's fine, right? You know, this is part of life, but it's like if I look at all my past relationships, every single person that I was ever with told me exactly what was going to happen, pretty much like in the first week of talking, right? So, and maybe they didn't literally tell me what would happen, right? But their actions, their words, the things that they said to me, it all gave me clues, right? This is why I feel like we shouldn't get mad at exes, right? When people get mad at exes, I'm like, well, clearly you weren't listening, right? And sorry if you feel like I'm calling you out, but I am. Because it's like, clearly, they basically tell us exactly what they're going to do. Sometimes we just choose not to listen. I'm a big fan of making mistakes, too. So, you know, I always tell people always tell me how hurt they are and all this other stuff. I'm like, yeah, but if you didn't get hurt, you wouldn't be alive. So, you know, to me, getting hurt is a good thing. To me, I feel like people should be maybe like braver in relationships and be open to getting hurt. I always give everything I got in relationships personally because, you know, that's just the type of person I've decided to be, plain and simple. And if people hurt me, I say, oh, well, part of life, I'm hurt, it sucks, but now I have to move on, right? But again, I feel like you need to trust the evidence with that feather card, even outside of love. You have this fan card that says romance, celebration, party. This whole entire reading has been about romance for some reason. I would say if you're stuck in a past person, I would open up to someone new, of course. I would also take advantage of social opportunities here. Even that Two of Cups and that companionship card, I feel for some of you, it's like you have a lot of power in social situations. So, you know, I would socialize, have fun, get out there, do things you want to do. You have this target card. It says a goal-oriented person. This is you right here. I'm telling you right now, if you're working on a new project, I would be laser focused on exactly like the way that it works. I don't know why that's popping into my head, but you know, I feel like you could be trying to reinvent the wheel here. And this is saying there's going to be a time and a place for that. And it's going to make you ridiculously successful. But you have to get to the launching pad first. You know, I kind of feel like you have to start, you have to like leave Earth's atmosphere first is what I'm getting here. And I know that sounds ridiculous, but that's what I'm getting. Capricorn, like I feel for some of you, it's like you have all these ideas. Trust me, I've been there, right? Where it's like I learned something, I want to kind of mix it up and try my own way and it doesn't work. But I feel like something needs like dedicated focus. I feel like something needs all your time and attention, or at least a majority of it. And I would take breaks and socialize, of course, but I feel like something needs all your time and attention. And I also feel like this is saying, you know, do what works first. That's going to make sense to one of you. And then once you get it working, whatever it is, like business, a personal project, whatever, then start reinventing the wheel. That's going to lead, and forget about it. Then you're going to be like in a whole other galaxy by that time. We're going to pull 3 yes or no question cards here, Capricorn. We're going to do 1, 2, and 3 right here. 1, 2, 3. So feel free to pause this reading if you need time to think of your questions. For question number 1, hell yes, Chariot, major victory coming in for you. There's going to be a choice coming in for all of you coming up here with the Chariot. So, and I feel like this choice is divinely guided. We have this indecision card, and like I was saying, it's in the area of the good stuff, and there's this angel right here. I really feel that the universe is pushing you towards a victory with the Chariot. So hell yes. For question number 2, what are you waiting for? I feel like you need to get moving, like fast, on whatever you're asking about, so yes. And for question 3, I would say no. This is like a heartbreak or heartbreaking situation, so I would say no. Very interesting. Definitely let me know, like, if this even makes sense. I feel so disconnected from this reading. I don't know. Usually when I say that, it makes sense to everyone, so there you go. But thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. But thank you, and definitely enjoy your month.